Hey everybody, Steve here, and welcome to another edition of Under the Hood, where we do a full playthrough of a game that we've previously reviewed. Today, we're going to be playing a game of Hockey Blast. I reviewed this game last year, and they just recently released a new edition of the game that has upgraded components to it, and they also just released a new set called More Great Teams, Great Games, and I thought this was a really good opportunity to showcase this game with an Under the Hood series. So I'm going to be replaying the Game 7 of the 1987 Stanley Cup Finals between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Edmonton Oilers. Many people consider this to be one of the greatest Stanley Cup Finals ever, and it's between two very different teams, the offensive-minded Oilers and the defensive-minded Flyers. So I thought this was a really good way to showcase the way that this game engine works. All right, so let's go right down to the rink. We're just about ready to drop the puck for Game 7 between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Edmonton Oilers. Okay, so here we are with the game set up and just about ready to go. Just a couple of notes I'll make before we begin, some things that I've added to the game when I play. First thing you'll notice is I have all the cards in these sleeves. These were just old business card holders, so I just cut them so that the offensive line is in one and then the defensive players are together in another. And I find this saves a lot of time when you're switching lines. You just switch the stacks. So you only have to do that 4 times instead of 10 times with all the different stacks of players. I also use these pawns, and I just simply use them to keep track of which team currently has the puck, and then when a shot is taken, I use that to remind me of who's taking the shot, with the green one, and then the orange ones are who contributed on the assist. And then I also have my own score sheet that I use. It's very similar to the one that comes with the game. I just added some boxes at the bottom to keep track of when a team uses their 2 line skips for a period and their double shift, which I'll show you how those work as we go through the game. And I will also apologize up front if I mispronounce any players' names. I actually went on YouTube last night and watched some old video of some of these players to try to learn how to pronounce their names. So hopefully I get them right, but if I don't, I'll apologize in advance, especially to any of the Flyers fans out there. They had some interesting player names on their team this year. All right, so let's get right down to it. I'll go into detail the first time we encounter a different type of play, and then as we go through, I'll show you kind of at full speed how the game plays out. So the first thing we'll be doing is the face-off. We roll the 2 dice together, and we combine the score. We get a 4, and we go to the face-off chart, and at 4 it says that the high face-off player wins the face-off. So it's Dave Pullen for Philadelphia, and he has a face-off of 59, and the great one, Wayne Gretzky for Edmonton, and he has a face-off of 54. So Philadelphia will win the face-off, and we're going to roll the dice again and consult the normal minutes chart. Again, we roll the dice, add them together. This time we get a 9, which tells us it's going to be a momentum check. So right now, neither team has momentum, so we're going to establish a new momentum. And how we do that, we look for players that have the hit quality on their card and count them up. So right now for Philadelphia, they have Tocchet and Prop, so they have 2. But Edmonton has Tikkanen, and that's all. So it'll be Philadelphia will retain possession of the puck, and then they'll also gain momentum. And then we're going to stay right here in this minute with these lines, which is not normally what happens with these events. And we'll roll the dice again and see what happens. And this time we got a 9 again. So when you roll momentum twice in a row, then the team that has momentum, which Philadelphia just established, they then deliver a cheap shot on their choice of opposing players. And this is going to prevent them from gaining momentum until they instigate a fight. So Edmonton is going to get the dreaded blue chip, which means that they will not be able to get momentum until somebody throws down the gloves and starts a fight. All right, and so we're going to roll again. So a busy first minute here of play. So this time we roll a total of 4, which is the odd man rush. So we're going to roll the black die again for this one, and it's going to tell us which player we're looking at. So in this case we rolled a 3, so we're going to look at the offensive player in the number 3 slot. So that's the center, Dave Pullen. And it asks if he has the triangle, which is the play creation skill. And we see that he indeed does have that. And so that's going to create a scoring chance for Philadelphia. So we're going to roll the dice again, and we're going to consult the play chart to see who takes the shot. The total is 7, so that tells us it's a secondary play. So we'll roll them again, consult the secondary play chart. The total is 7 again. So it says 3, 4, 5, and how we read these, the first 2 numbers are the 2 players that contribute to the shot with their assist, and then finally the last player is who's actually taking the shot. So in this case it'll be Pullen, Dano, and then finally Crossman will be taking the shot. So on the player cards they have an assist rating and a shot rating, and you'll see this, like Pullen here, he has 1 solid star and then 1 hollow star. And anytime you see a hollow star, that means that they only contribute that when the team has momentum, which Philadelphia has right now. So we'll count them up. He has 2 there. Dano doesn't have any. And then finally, Crossman does not have a shot rating. So the total power is 2. And now we're going to take the shot by rolling the dice again. The black die is, think of it as the shot. I like to think of it as the puck going in. The black die is the puck, and it needs to either be equal to or lower than the total of the shot power to be a shot on goal. And then the white die, we're going to compare that against the play save rating of the goalie. So we see that Grant Fuhr has 3. So if the shot is on net, then the white die would need to be more than the play save rating to then get past them and have a chance of scoring the goal. So we'll roll the dice and we'll see what happens. So in this case we see the black die is higher than the power rating, so we know it's going to be a save, and we don't even need to compare the white die to the play save rating. So when it's a save, we're going to combine them together, look at the goalie save chart, and at 7 it says that he smothers it, goalie freezes the puck, change lines, advance time, and have a face-off. So it'll be a missed shot for Crossman, a save for Fuhr, and a lot of action happened there in the first minute, but no score. And we'll advance the lines, slide the sheets, and then we'll go back to center ice for a face-off. This time we rolled an 8, and it tells us that the home team wins the face-off. Roll the 2 dice again to see what the play is. This time we rolled an 8. So it's an ice blast. This means we're going to look at everybody that's currently on the ice to see if they have a skill or if they have a quality. We'll roll the black die to see which quality we're looking for, and we're looking for the smart quality. So right now on the ice, Philadelphia has 1, 2, 3 players, and Edmonton has 1, 2, 3, 4. So Edmonton wins the Ice Blast challenge, and since they're on offense, that means that they create a scoring opportunity, and they're going to get a chance to get a shot on goal. Roll the dice, we get a total of 6, and it tells us 3, 2, 1. So it's going to be Messier to Kreshlinski and Anderson taking the shot. So we have 1, 2, and Kreshlinski will not contribute his assist rating because they do not have momentum. And then Anderson will only contribute 1 because it only has one solid star there. So the total of the power is 3. We roll the dice. And so the black die is equal to the power rating, so that's good. So we'll check the white die. It's a 4, and that is higher than Hextall's play save. So we'll total the number, and it'll be 7, and we're going to go to the goal chart. And look under 7, it says that the goalie extends his body. Spectacular save. So we're going to go to the spectacular save chart, and we'll roll the dice again. This time we get a total of 9. And so we're going to be looking at the spec save, or spectacular save rating of Hextall, which he has 3 stars. But on 9 for the spectacular save chart, it's looking if he has 4 stars or better, then the goalie is able to snag the puck in midair. Otherwise, it's a goal. So Anderson goes top shelf and puts the first points of the game up on the board. So it'll be Anderson with an assist from Krushelinski and Messier. And Edmonton jumps out to a 1-0 lead here in Game 7. And so now normally when a team scores a goal, they gain momentum. However, Edmonton has the blue submission chip because of the cheap shot that was placed on them. So instead it's just going to revert the momentum to neutral. Alright, so after a goal, we'll change the lines up. Everybody has their third line, and then we'll go back to center ice for a face-off. And we get a 6, and this time the visitor wins the face-off. So Eklund controls the puck. Let's see what they do. And it's going to be another odd man rush. So we'll see which player we're looking at. This time we roll a 5. So we're going to be looking at the defensive player in the number 5 spot, which is Steve Smith. And it's looking for the box symbol, which is a defensive prowess rating of being able to stifle an offense. And Steve Smith does not have that. You see that Kevin Lowe does. So what that means is the offense is able to get around the defense and create a play and a shot on goal. So we're going to roll and consult the play chart. The total is 6, 3, 2, 1. So it's going to be Eklund to Carson to Sinisalo making the shot. And it's going to be a power rating of 1. It's going to just be a power of 1 because they no longer have momentum. But 1's going to be enough. 5 is more than Fiore's play save, so a total of 6 on the goal chart is a wrist shot. He scores. So Philadelphia answers right back with a goal of their own to knot the game up at 1 apiece. Sinisalo with the goal, Eklund and Carson with the assist. So that means Philadelphia regains momentum. We'll switch lines. And we're going to have our first line skip of the game. So Philadelphia is going to choose to use one of their line skips. Every period, each team gets 2 of them. And what it simply means is they get to skip one of their lines and go to the next one in the stack. So that will bring their first line back up on the ice. We'll go to the face-off chart, and we get a total of 3. And it's the high face-off player, which will be pulling. So Philadelphia in control. And we get a 7, which is a lull or a fight. So normally we would just check off 3 minutes of lull time. However, because there's been a cheap shot delivered, Edmonton now has the opportunity to throw down the gloves and try to take back control of the game. And so first we need to see if there is a player on the board that has a fight rating. And one of the reasons that Edmonton decided to leave their 4th line out there is because we've got McSorley, LeMay, and McKelland, who are all known for their fighting prowess. So we'll have McSorley, and Philadelphia has Tocchet on the ice as well. So McSorley and Tocchet will square off. And so we're going to go to the fight chart. And what we're going to do here, we'll roll the dice, total them together, and there's a chart here, and it's going to tell us when a player has landed a punch, or the referee breaks it up, or a player gets knocked down. And whichever team has the most punches landed at that point when the fight is over, they'll gain momentum. So first, we get a total of 4. The home player lands a punch. So here, I'll just make a note here. It's going to be Tocchet versus McSorley. So McSorley lands the first punch. The crowd's on its feet, and then we get a 7. Oh, and the referee has broken it up. So before they can tussle too much more, the fight gets broken up. So McSorley was the only one that landed a punch. So that means that they're considered to have won the fight. So they lose the blue submission chip just for instigating the fight, but then they also gain momentum because they were able to win it. So Tocchet and McSorley will go to the penalty box for 5 minutes for fighting. So that means we're going to bring out a player from the bench to take over their spot in the lineup. So Philadelphia will have Brown on the line for the next 5 minutes. And Edmonton is going to have, so we'll have Craig Muni come off the bench to skate for McSorley. All right, so then we'll advance the lines. We'll go back to a face-off at center ice with the score tied, but Edmonton now with the momentum. So roll an 11. Back on the normal minutes chart. The face-off is waved off. A new face-off with new players. So Philadelphia will have Tim Kerr take the face-off. And unfortunately for Edmonton, none of the other players have a face-off rating. So we'll have Nilsson take the face-off. Oh, and it's going to be waved off again. So we'll have Smith go against Tikkanen. We get a 4. And it says that the high face-off player wins the face-off. So neither of them have a face-off rating. So we go to the tiebreaker, which is first, momentum. So that means that Edmonton will win the face-off. Go to the normal minutes chart. We get a total of 11. And it's a play. If the defense has 2 of the defensive box symbols, they're able to prevent the offense from getting an opportunity. So we have Howe and McCrimmon. So it's going to be a non-scoring opportunity for Edmonton. And so we'll advance the lines. And now there'll be no face-off because it's just no shots. For Edmonton, Philadelphia will now control the puck. And we get an 8, so it's going to be another ice blast. And we're looking for speed. So Philadelphia has Eklund and Sinisalo. Edmonton has Anderson, Krushelinski, and Lowe. So Edmonton will win the ice blast, and because they're on defense, that means it'll just be a no shot for Philadelphia. So now Edmonton with the puck. Advance the lines. Let's see what the third line for Edmonton is able to do. They get a 9, which is momentum, and Edmonton already has momentum, so they just simply maintain control of the puck. We stay in the same minute. We roll again. We get a 4, odd man rush, and we're looking for the player in number 2, which is Hunter, and he does not have the triangle on his card, so it's going to be another non-scoring opportunity. And now we'll switch lines. Philadelphia with the puck. It's going to be another odd man rush. And we're looking at the defensive player number 3, which is McClelland. He does not have the defensive box symbol, so Philly's going to get a chance to take a shot on goal. Let's play number 6. 3-2-1. Pullen to Brown with Prop taking the shot. So we're going to see our first scissors rating. So Pullen, he's going to contribute 1. But Dave Brown, who's taking the place of Tocchet, who's still in the penalty box, he has scissors for his assist. So he's going to cut the total power of the shot in half. Prop provides 3, so the total will be 4, cut in half, so it's only going to be a power of 2 on the shot. And that is not going to be enough. So total of 6 on the save chart. The goalie kicks it wide, the puck is loose, and 0-1 gets the rebound and is able to take a rebound shot. So I'll leave that there to remind me that there was a rebound shot, and now Prop. So he gets his own rebound and shoots again. How a rebound shot works, you only take the shot rating of the player, and then you add 1 for how many previous shots there's been on goal. So there's been 1 shot before, so it'll be a total power of 4, and we're going to be comparing it to the shot save rating on the goalie card, which for Fuhr is only 1. So he makes the shot on goal. 4 is over Fuhr's shot save rating, so total is 7. We'll go to the goal chart. That means he's going to get a chance to make a spectacular save. Fuhr only has a 1 star. So we get an 8. Oh, and 1 star or better, the goalie lunges forward and makes a spectacular save. So Prop gets stuffed twice. And Fuhr with a spectacular save on that last rebound shot. So on a spectacular save, a team would gain momentum. However, Edmonton already has momentum, so they'll keep it. But more importantly, the score is still tied at 1 goal apiece. So we'll rotate the lines. This will be the last minute of the fighting penalty for McSorlin and Tocchet. Face off at middle ice. We get a 5. This time the visitor wins the face-off and gets an immediate play. So Philadelphia trying to take the lead here. So we roll a 9. We'll go right to the play chart. And this time it's 4-2 choice. So it's going to be Samuelson to Smith. Whoop. And we get our choice. So we're going to have Tim Kerr. So Smith has no assist rating. Samuelson has the scissors. So it's going to be just Kerr. So he has 3 divided by 2. You round down, so the power is only going to be 1. Let's see what happens. And it's not on goal, so we total them up. 10. And it's Fuhr snares it with the glove hand to keep the score tied. So that'll be Kerr with the miss. Alright, so Edmonton will take over. And we'll have our first double shift of the game. So I'll check off that Edmonton is going to use a double shift, and what that simply means is that the team or the lines that are currently on the ice stay on the ice. So they'll keep their line 1 out. Actually, the end of the penalty. So McSorley comes out of the penalty box. And Tocchet comes out of the penalty box. All right. Edmonton with control of the puck. Let's see what they do. We get a total of 12. And this is a spectacular save. So there's just an immediate great shot on goal. So I'll get to choose. And, well, we'll have the great one take the shot. And we're going to go right to the spectacular save chart. Hextall has 3 stars. We roll a total of 3. And it's asking if the goalie has 4 or better, which he only has 3, which is still pretty good. But yeah, so it's going to be a goal for Edmonton by the great one. And they will go up 2-1. Lots of scoring here in the first period. Now when you have a play like this where it doesn't specify who the assist was to, there's actually a chart in the back, a shooter assist finder chart. You just simply roll the 2 dice together, you get a total, and look at the assist, and it'll tell you. So it's the 2 highest assist ratings. So it'll be Coffee, and we'll give it to Nilsson because they have momentum, so he would have 2 right now. So Gretzky with a goal, Coffee and Nilsson on the assist. And Edmonton takes the lead 2-1. So that was a good use of their double shift there, keeping their first line on the board. So we're halfway through the first period. Edmonton leading 2-1. Alright, so we'll go to the face-off chart. We get a 4, and it's the high face-off player wins. So in this case, Messier is 1 better than Sutter, so Edmonton will have the puck. We get an 11, and it's another play. Howe and McCrimmon will shut down the Edmonton offense on this play. And then we'll switch lines and go to the next minute. Philly with the puck, and it's a total of 6. So this is a zoom. So zoom is similar to the Ice Blast, except instead of looking at the entire team, we're just going to look at 2 players, and the dice will tell us which players we're looking at. The black die is the player on offense, and the white die is the player on defense. So we're going to be looking at Prop and Steve Smith. We'll roll the black die again to see which trait we're looking for, and we're looking for speed. So it looks like Prop has it, Smith does not. So that means the offense wins. They generate a play. So we'll roll the dice. We get a 7. A secondary play. 3 is 5-3-2. So it's going to be Marsh to Pullen with Tocchet taking the shot. So the total power is going to be only going to be 1 because Brad Marsh has the scissors rating. So it's going to be a miss, but we're going to get a rebound shot. Goalie makes a save, kicks it out, and Prop is going to have the rebound. So the shot power is 4, and that is going to be another save. However, they fail at the clearing attempt. So we're going to change lines and advance the clock. I'll mark the missed shots, but Philadelphia will stay in control of the puck instead of it going to Edmonton. So maybe a break there for Philly. And Prop had the rebound miss. Okay, so we'll change lines, and I guess Philadelphia they'll use their double shift to keep their first offensive line out on the ice. Edmonton changes, so we'll roll on the play chart, and we get an 8. So it'll be an Ice Blast, and we're looking for speed again. Philly has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've got their fast line out there, and Edmonton only has 1. So Philadelphia creates another scoring chance. So it's going to be on the secondary. 5-2-3. So Crossman, Tocchet, and Dave Pullen will take the shots. And it looks like we're going to have another power 1 shot. And that's not going to do it. Fear makes a save, freezes the puck, and we'll go to center ice for a face-off. Okay, so we'll advance the lines. We're at minute 13 of the first period. Edmonton still up 2-1. So we get a 7 on the face-off chart. So it's a high face-off player wins. So that'll be Gretzky, but then it's followed by a lull. So a lull is basically a few minutes of time in the game where there's no really great scoring chance generated. The teams are just jostling for position. So we just simply mark out 3 minutes of lull. Let's use an L, and then the same lines stay on the ice, and then we go to another face-off. Oh, and the lull also negates any momentum that a team currently had and resets it to neutral. So we'll go with another face-off, and it's going to be another lull. Gretzky wins. 3 more minutes of lull time. Down to the last minute of play in the first period. And we get a 9. So the home team wins the face-off and gets an immediate play. So Edmonton trying to push their lead here. The last few seconds on the clock of the first period. It's a 10, so 4-1-2. So it'll be Ruotsalainen, Tikkanen, and Nilsson taking the shot. So the power is going to be only 1 because they now no longer have momentum. Let's see what happens. And no, Hextall will make the save, freeze the puck, and that will take us to the end of the first period. Let's mark down that Nilsson missed shot. So at the end of 1 full, Edmonton is on top, 2-1. And we'll get ready for the second period of play. We'll reset the lines. All right. So after this break, we'll have the second period of play. Okay, so we're ready to drop the puck to start the second period. Each team has their first line out on the ice. We'll get a 10. It's a high face-off. Player wins the face-off, so that'll be Pullen again. He's outdueled Gretzky so far at center ice. See what the play is, and it's going to be a Zoom event. And it's going to be between Prop and Coffee. And we're looking for the hit quality. Prop does have the hit quality, so he'll win that matchup. And then anytime a team wins a Zoom or an Ice Blast challenge with the hit quality, they also gain momentum. So, big chance for Philly here. Let's see what happens on the play chart. We're going to go to the secondary play chart. At 5, it's 5-2-4, so it'll be Crossman to Tocchet with Denon taking the shot. So it's going to be 1-2, cut in half, so it's only going to be a shot power of 1. Oh, which is enough. So the total is 6. We'll go to the goal chart, and that's a wrist shot. He scores. J.J. Denon ties up the game in the first minute of play here in the second period. And it'll be assisted by Tocchet and Crossman. So we are knotted up at 2 goals apiece. First lines will skate off the ice. Alright, and we're ready for the face-off. We get a 4. High face-off wins. So that'll be Messier. Takes control of the puck. And we're going to have a lull. So the momentum goes back to neutral. We'll mark off 3 minutes of lull. And then we'll go back to the face-off chart. So it's going to be high face-off wins, which is Messier, followed by another lull. Those lines will stay out. This time we get a 4. High face-off wins. It'll be Messier again, out-dueling Zezel so far. And we're going to have another lull in the game. So we're already halfway through the second period. And it'll be yet another lull. Boy, both teams really jockeying here after the early outpouring of offense. Not much going on. So another face-off. It's 8. The home team wins. And it's going to be a zoom. And we're going to be zooming in on the centers. So Zezel versus Messier. We're looking for power. They each have power. So we'll go to the tiebreaker. And no team has momentum right now. So the second tiebreaker is the home team. So Edmonton on their home ice will win that. And we'll get a play on goal. And it's going to be from 1, 3, 4. So Anderson to Messier, with Ruotsalainen taking the shot. And so we're going to get a total power of just 2. Oh, which is going to be enough. However, it's a 7, so that means that Hextall is going to have a chance for a spectacular save. We got a total of 2. Oh, and the goalie twists around, reaches, got it. Amazing save. So Ruotsalainen denied. Hextall with the spectacular save, so we leave the score knotted and his team gains momentum. So we will rotate lines. And we'll go back to center ice for a face-off. We get a 5. The visitor wins the face-off, gets an immediate play. Trying to take advantage of that new momentum they just got. So 6 is 3-2-1. Eklund to Carson with Sinisalo taking the shot. They now have momentum, so we're going to have a total of 2-3 for the power of the shot. But not going to be enough. Snared by Fuhr with a glove hand to keep the score knotted at 2 apiece. So Sinisalo with another missed opportunity. So Edmonton is going to use one of their line skips for this period. Bring their first line out. Mark that down. And let's see what Edmonton's first line can do. We get a 10. Let's see, if any defender has, it's turnover, if any defender has the defensive box symbol, which we've got Crossman and Dano, they've created a turnover. Alright, so on a turnover, we leave the same lines out there. We don't advance the clock, but now Philadelphia will have possession. We'll see what they do. Oh, and we get a lull, unfortunately for them. So momentum is done. We'll have 3 minutes of lull marked off, so just 2 minutes left here in the second period. Philadelphia is going to use a line skip to get their first line back out on the ice. We go to the face-off. We get a 3. The high face-off player wins. That'll be Dave Pullen again. And we're going to have an ice blast. And we're looking for star power. So right now Philly has 1, 2, 3, 4. Edmonton has only 2. So Philadelphia wins, and they're going to get a play out of it. Oh, it's a 1-3-4. It'll be prop to Pullen to Denon. Let's see. Oh, and well, the shot's going to miss. Let's see what the power. The power would have been only 1. So, all right, so 9 on the save chart. The goalie absorbs the shot with his body and drops the puck in the corner. So this time, no goal for JJ. And Edmonton's going to use their double shift, keep their first line out. And I guess Philadelphia might as well use their double shift. So last minute of play in the second, and we're going to have a penalty. we'll go to the penalty chart for the first time. So first we roll to see which player it is. We roll and total the dice, so it's 5. And it tells us it's the defensive player at number 4. Oh, so that's Denon. Let's see what he gets called for. It's a 7. Does he have a penalty of 0? No, he has a penalty of 0.5. So he's going to get a minor penalty. And there's a chart we can roll to see what he gets called for. Oh, and it's actually it's going to be a bench penalty. Too many men on the rink. So we're going to end the period with Philadelphia getting called for a penalty. So that means that when we start the third period, that the first 2 minutes, Philadelphia will be a man down. But here we're all tied up. There's just one goal scored in the second period. So when we start the third period, we'll have a power play situation, and we're still knotted up at 2 goals apiece. All right, so we're back and we're ready to get this third period underway. Game 7 of the 1987 Stanley Cup Finals. And we're knotted up 2 goals apiece. And we're going to start with the Edmonton team on a power play. So how we keep track of this, of which player is not on the ice, is you use the yellow disc to put them over. So we'll have Tocchet sit out for this, and then there is a separate chart for power minutes that will be rolling here for the first 2 minutes of play. So we get a total of 8. On the face-off chart, it says that the man advantage team wins the face-off, and then it has this circled star symbol. And what that is, it's a player's skill at generating shots on goal during a power play. And so we just need one player, and we actually have 2. We have Gretzky and Coffey. So instead of going to the minutes chart, we're going to go right to the play chart. So we get an 11. So it's 1, 3, 5. So it's Tikkanen to Gretzky and Coffey taking the shot. And when a team is on a power play, they don't get the momentum chip, but they're considered to have temporary momentum. So that means we're going to have a power of 1, 5, 6. Gretzky contributes 4 stars all by himself on the assist. So the shot can't miss, but we'll see if we can get over 3 on the white die, which we do. Oh, but it's another chance for a spectacular save, because a total is 7. So we'll go to the spectacular save chart. We get a total of 6. 3 stars or better, Hextall does, so he standing on his head there in goal, trying to keep his team in the game. Maybe a power play miss. All right, so we'll rotate the lines for the second minute here. We'll have Smith be the player out. And does Edmonton want to use their double shift right now to... No, they have a good second line, so they'll see if they can... All right. So the spectacular save gives Philadelphia the momentum. However, Edmonton still is considered to have momentum because they're on a power play. All right, so we'll go to the face-off, and the shorthanded team wins the face-off. So Zezel finally outduels Messier. And then we go to the minutes chart, and we get a total of 7. And on the power minutes, you'll see that a 7 is a power play. So the man advantage team creates a scoring chance. So we'll go to the play chart, and it's going to be a secondary play. 9 is 5-1-4. So it's going to be Huddy to Anderson, and Ruotsalainen taking the shot. So nothing, 1, 2. So power is 2 for the shot, and that's going to miss. It's a total of 12. Oh, so actually they're going to get another chance at a shot here, because the shot was saved, but they didn't clear it, and so we're going to stay right in the same minute of play. So we're still on a power play. And we'll roll on the minutes chart, see what happens. We get a total of 5, and it's going to be a penalty. All right, so let's see who gets called. It's 11. Whoop. So it's going to be the offensive player at number 4, so Ruotsalainen. Let's see what the call is. We get an 8. Does he have a penalty of 0? He does not. So he's going to get called for a minor penalty. Let's see what he gets called for. It's an 8, so he's going to get called for holding. All right, so it's going to be an Edmonton penalty. So not only did Philly kill off the power play, but now they're going to have a power play of their own. So each team will set up for the power play. Use that line out. And then... Okay, so I'll put the yellow chip down there, and then we'll stay on the power play chart. A total of 5. The shorthanded team wins the face-off. A total of 6, so we're going to zoom. We're going to zoom, let's see, between 5 and 1. So Smith and Prope, and we're looking for the hit quality. So they both have it. However, the tiebreaker goes to the team with momentum. So because of that spectacular save, Philadelphia is able to win that tiebreaker. So that means there'll be no shot for Edmonton, which is actually fine because they're trying to kill the power play. So we'll advance the lines, advance the clock. So the last minute of this minor penalty. This time we get a 5, and it's going to be another penalty. Oh boy, so after a fairly clean first half of the game, we got 2 penalties. So let's see, 3 is defensive player 3. That's McClelland. Let's see what he gets called for. A 7. He does not have a penalty of 0, so it's going to be another minor. Let's see what he gets called for. He's going to get called for interference. So an Edmonton penalty. All right, so we'll reset the lines. And we'll set up for another power play opportunity. All right, here we go. Philadelphia on the power play. We get a total of 6 on the face-off. The shorthanded team wins 5, 6, 7, but not able to keep control. It's a power play, so Philly goes right to the chart. 4-2 choice. So McCrimmon to Tocchet. And we'll have Prope take the shot, so it's going to be a total of 3, 4, 5 for the power. And that's going to make it. So we'll go to 9 on the goal chart. Cranks it. Yes, goal. So it's going to be a power play goal for Prop. Assisted by Tocchet and McCrimmon. And they have taken the lead for the first time this game. And are on top 3-2. And Philadelphia is 15 minutes away from hoisting the cup. Advance the lines. That's going to end the penalty because of the goal. So both teams back at full strength. We'll go to the normal minutes chart. And we're ready to face off. We get a 6. The visitor wins the face off. And then we get a lull. That'll be 3 minutes of lull time. Kill the momentum. Lines stay on. We're ready for another face off. We get a 5. The visitor wins the face off and gets an immediate play. Philly would love to get an extra goal here to extend the lead. So the 9-4-2 choice. So Samuelson to Smith. And we'll have Kerr take the shot. So it's going to be a total of... So it's just going to be 1 because Samuelson has the scissors. So 4... Going to be ping off the post. Scramble in front. Does Edmonton have anybody with the defensive box symbol? They do not. So they're not able to get the rebound. And Zezel is going to get a rebound shot. All right, so it's going to be a power of 3. Oh, but Fuhr is able to stack the pads. Puck deflected behind net around the boards. And Edmonton does not have anybody with the defensive symbol, though. So it's going to be another rebound shot, this time from Marsh. So he has the scissors ratings, but there's been 2 previous shots. So it'll be a power of 2 divided by 1. So it'll just be a power of 1. So we get a 3. So that's not going to make it. But it's going to get another rebound. So we'll have to get another pawn out. So let's see. On 3s, player at number 4 gets the shot. So it'll be Samuelson. So it's still going to be a power of 1 because it's 3 divided in half, rounded down. Okay, so finally that's the Fuhr is able to control the puck on the rebound. So we had 3 missed shots. So Kerr, Zezel, and Marsh. And Samuelson. So 4 saves in a row by Fuhr to keep his team in the game. Let's see, Zezel, Marsh, and Sam. All right, and on 9, yeah, so Edmonton will take over. We'll roll down on the play chart. All right, so we are in the halfway point of the third period. Edmonton down 1 goal in this deciding Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Let's see what we do here. We get an 8, so we're going to have an ice blast. We're looking for skill. Edmonton has 1, 2, 3. Philly has 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be a no-shot opportunity for Edmonton. And we'll rotate the lines. Philadelphia will use one of their line skips to get their first line out on the ice. Roll on the play chart. We get a 6, so we're going to zoom. We're going to zoom between Tocchet and Lowe. And we're looking for star power. So neither player has a star. Neither team has momentum, so it's going to go to the home team. So it'll be a no shot for Philly. So now Edmonton will have the puck with their first line on the ice. Looking to get that tying score. We get an 8, so it's going to be an ice blast. And we're looking for smart players. Edmonton has 1, 2, 3, 4. Philly has 2. So Edmonton's going to get a play. We get a 9. 4-2 choice. So Greg to Nilsson. And we'll have the great one take another shot. So it's going to be a total of 4 for the power. Oh, not today. All right, so Hextall makes another save. Oops. Gretzky is denied. And Philadelphia will take control. We're in minute 13 of the third period. So now Philadelphia's strength here, their defense, hoping they can hold on to this one goal lead. We get a 10. It's a turnover. Oh, but Edmonton doesn't have anybody with the defensive symbol, which is too bad because on double fives, it then results in a breakaway play. Nothing happens there. No time advance. We'll keep the same lines on. So this time we have an ice blast. We're looking for star players. Edmonton has 1, 2. Philly has 1, 2. So tiebreaker, no momentum. It'll go to the home team. So it'll be a no shot for Philly. All right, time ticking down. We're in minute 14. A 1-goal game. Edmonton's third line on the ice. We get a zoom play. It's going to be between Curry and Howe. And we're looking for the hit quality. And neither team has the hit quality. So tiebreaker is going to go to the home team because nobody has momentum. So they'll get the shot, and then they're also going to gain the momentum chip because it was a hit quality check. So go to the play chart. It's a 7, so go to the secondary play chart. 5, 3, 2. So it's going to be Smith to McTavish with Hunter taking the shot. So unfortunately it's going to be a 0 power shot. We're going to hope for a rebound. So total is 5, and indeed it is going to be a rebound. And it's going to be Hunter who takes the rebound shot. So Hunter gets his own rebound, takes a shot. And unfortunately it's going to be another 0 power shot. And this time Hextall is going to freeze the puck. So Hunter misses the shot and then gets stuffed on the rebound. And we'll advance the lines. We got 5 minutes of play. Edmonton's going to use one of their line skips. Bring their first line out on the ice. Alright, so an important face-off here. We get a 6. The visitors win the face-off. A 9. Momentum. Oh, and that's... Edmonton has momentum, so they're actually going to take the puck away. Keep the same lines, no advance. And now we get a zoom play, and it's going to be between Nilsson and Samuelsson. And we're looking for a smart player, which Nilsson is. Samuelsson isn't, so we're going to get a roll on the play chart. 3, 2, 1. So Gretzky to Nilsson to Tikkanen. It's going to be a total of 4, 5, 6. Well, it'll actually be a total of 8, but we can't go above 6. So let's see. Oh. So it's a good shot, but it's going to be another chance for a spectacular save by Hextall. We get a 5. Oh, and it's asking for 4 stars, which Hextall only has 3. So here we are at minute 15. Tikkanen gets a series-saving goal to tie the game at 3 apiece. And he's going to be assisted by Nilsson and Gretzky. So don't celebrate yet, Philadelphia. Edmonton has tied things up, and we're at minute 16. So I think Yeah, I think Edmonton's going to use... Well, all right, they'll have their next line come up. Let's see. Does Philly want to... Yeah, they'll have their line 2 come up as well. All right, here we go. We're on to face-off. It's 10. The high face-off player wins. That'll be Messier. We get a 4, an odd man rush. Looking for defensive player 3, which is their center. And he does not have the defensive box symbol, so that means that Edmonton's going to get a play. It's going to be a secondary play. Number 8 is 2-1-5. So Kreshalinsky to Anderson with Huddy taking the shot. So unfortunately, let's see. So we're going to get a power of 1. So it's going to be a save. Go to the 4, but let's see. Does the defense have... Yeah, they have Crossman and Dingle. So, okay, so Hextall makes the save. The defensemen are able to corral the rebound. So Huddy has a missed shot. All right, so we are down to the last 4 minutes of regulation. Philadelphia controlling the puck, and we are tied at 3 apiece. We get a 6, so we're going to zoom. We're going to zoom between Howe and Curry. And we're looking for speed. All right, so they both have speed, but Edmonton has momentum. So it's going to be a no shot for Philadelphia. Edmonton's going to use their line skip here to bring their first line back on the ice. All right, let's see what happens. We get a 10. Oh, and it's going to be a turnover, and Marsh does have that defensive box, so it'll be a turnover, and we'll keep the same lines, no time advance. We'll roll again, we get a 6, so we're going to zoom between Samuelson and Nilsson, and we're looking for star power. Neither team has it, so momentum tiebreaker. So it'll be an Edmonton turnover, but then no shot for Philadelphia. So the last 2 minutes of play, with Edmonton controlling the puck. Still have momentum. They'd love to finish the match in regulation. So it's a penalty. So we'll roll to see what it is, and if it's a minor, then we ignore it. All right, so we rolled a 7, so that means it's multiple penalties. Okay, so we'll have 2 penalties. So the first one is on defensive player 5. Let's see what he gets called for. It says penalty greater than 1. No, so it's a minor, so we're going to ignore that one. Let's see what the second penalty is. It's another one on Crossman. Total of 3. And it's going to be another minor penalty, a bench minor. So we ignore both penalties because we're in the final 3 minutes, and instead we read the penalty event as a momentum. Edmonton has the momentum, so they will maintain control of the puck. We'll roll again on the same line, same time, and it's a spectacular save. Oh boy! So we'll have Messier take the shot, and we're going to roll on the spectacular save chart. And it's a 4. Goalie can't get a glove on it. He scores. So Mark Messier has just given his team a 1-goal lead. Oh, and we'll see who he's assisted by. To 3. Oh, so it's going to be unassisted. Okay, so he gets an unassisted goal to put his team on top. 4-3. And we have 1 minute of play remaining in regulation. So we'll advance the lines. Philadelphia will use their double shift to keep their first line out on the ice. So here we go. The last face-off, and it's a 10. The high face-off player wins. So it's, oh no, it's Poland. He has a 59. All right, so Philadelphia trying to get one last scoring chance. And it's a lull, but we are in the last 3 minutes of the game. So a lull is read as a momentum, which means that because Edmonton has the momentum, they actually gain control of the puck. And we'll see what happens. And we get a 10, and it's a turnover. So we've got 3 players actually with a turnover rating. So it'll go back to Philadelphia. Still looking for a chance. The 7 is the lull, which we read as a momentum in the last 3 minutes. So it goes back to Edmonton. And now we get an 11, which is the play result. So the defense does have at least 2 of the defensive box symbols. So there'll be no shot on goal. However, that's going to be the end of the game, and Edmonton is your Stanley Cup champions for 1987. Their final score is 3-4. Edmonton with 2 goals in the last 5 minutes of play. All right, guys, so there is Hockey Blast Under the Hood. I was glad that it turned out to be a very exciting game with a really dramatic finish. This is actually the 3rd time I've played out a game between these 2 teams, and I don't think I've ever seen a more evenly matched 2 sets of teams as these 2, and really captured all the excitement and drama that actually took place in real life when they met in that 87 Stanley Cup final. So I was glad I got to showcase the new components, some of the new teams that are available in that More Great Teams, Great Games set. And also just to show you how much fun Hockey Blast can be. And really once you know the basic rules that happen, then you can really get going and you can get a game out in 30 minutes or less. But you still get a really full game experience with it that captures all the ebbs and flows and excitements and lulls that happen in a real hockey match. Alright guys, so there you have it. Hockey Blast Under the Hood. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, get out there, have fun, play games, and I'll see you after further review.